Butterfly Tabletop Control Panel Video, Embroidery Mode. So the Butterfly Tabletop has two graphical interfaces it can show. A sewing interface and a embroidery interface. When the sewing table is on, then it shows the sewing interface. When the embroidery table is on, it shows this interface here. Okay, so this graphical interface is broken up in a couple of menus. So the first menu is like a library menu. Up here will let you go to this menu. It lets you select the design, or load a design, or create some lettering for that design, and it will let you combine several designs together. Once your designs have been assembled, then you move to this button here, which is in editing mode, and this lets you resize the design some, move it around a little, and choose colors and rotate it, mirror it, and let you save some of the changes to memory. When you're ready with your design, then you would go into the third menu, which is at the bottom right, and that lets you actually do the embroidery. Okay, so I switched to this one, and then these arrow keys will actually let you move the table around. You might hear it some. It will let you go forward and backwards X amount of stitches, or forward and backwards to the next color change, or go back to the beginning, and it will let you set the RPM speed of the embroidery. And when you press in this menu, when you press here, it will start sewing. You will also notice that there is a green light over here, and that button is the start stop button, and you can push that to start embroidery as well. Okay, that was a quick rundown of all the modes. Let's go over them in a little bit more. Okay, so this first menu is the library menu, or the design menu. So this button here will let you choose among the built-in library of this machine for several pages of canned designs. If you go over here, it let you go through a library of letter designs. Same with this menu here. When you go here, you select from designs that are in memory. Either you saved them or you loaded them from the USB stick. And you load it and you just push it and it will show on the screen. So now it should show you the combination button, which is up here. So this combination button, if it's highlighted, you can mix several designs together. Now it makes a big mess when you do a complicated design. Let me turn it off. Select one thing at a time. You also notice there are several, when you're in library mode, there are several buttons here as well. This submenu lets you do outlines. This middle menu here lets you do actual lettering. So again, to combine several things together, you will want to turn combination on. And then you see I can actually do lettering on it, onto another pattern. And again, when combination mode is on, we can keep on adding it to it. Now, if you did it incorrectly, there is an erase button here that will let you undo the last thing you did. Okay, what else? So let's go to editing mode from here. And down here is a select key, and that will let you choose among all the things that you combine together if you did any combining. And on the right, it will let you do some special editing with it. Like here, I believe it will spread out lettering if you have done lettering. This button here will undo some of your changes when in that particular menu. Let's highlight the outline now. This menu here, I believe, will let you do resizing of library designs, or squashing, or unsquashing, and such. This one here is rotation. It looks a little weird when you do it that way. There's a mirror here. A mirror doesn't mean much for that. Let me choose one. Here we go. And then when I press mirror on these letters, then you can see an obvious change there. Now out here, when you highlight any of them and you press the erase button, it will erase that from the design. Next, there is a button here with a little star. When you push that, it will save your combined design so far to memory, so you can keep it for later or just save your progress. This button here will let you change between the small hoop and the large hoop. This machine, it does have a large and small hoop, and when I push it, he will say to change the hoop, and you must change the hoop when you see this. So, and you see this is now a very, very big picture. So that means he thinks the large frame is on. So whatever frame you're on, if you're on the frame that matches your real frame, he will be on the center. The needle will be on the center of the hoop. What else? Let's see. That is a lot. We covered a lot so far. It's not too complicated of a. Now that button there. Hold on. This button here lets you set up colors. Now this machine only has one cone, so after each color change he will stop and leave it up to you to change the color or not. But if you have a multiple color design, this one does not. Then you can change the colors around so it can look appealing on the screen. Let's go back to, and of course when you're ready to sew, you would be in editing mode and hit that bottom right button here. Moment, and in which case you can again move the hoop some. Pushing this mode button will center the hoop at the middle again. This button here is very important. It's the trace button. So when I press that, he will trace it, and you can see if it will fit. He's pretty good about not letting you move off so that it actually hits the hoop. Hits the side of the hoop. He knows how large the hoop is. Okay, let me cancel out of here. And let's go back to design menu a little bit more. So, cancel there. Alright, so we covered the built-in library and the built-in fancy letters, which is not lettering. The lettering is here, and there are several types you can do, and usually if you cancel out a menu, it will bring you back. Here we covered this, where you can see some designs we previously loaded. Let me turn off combination mode. That can get out of control. Push that again, and here, because we pressed that star button, it's now in memory also. And when we're not using it anymore, we would use the trash can button to erase that design from memory. Okay, to load a design from a USB stick, you would use this menu up here, and you see a sub option that says Import Embroidery. So if he sees the USB stick, you will see this option here, and push on it. Here shows the designs which are on the stick. Now it has to be designs in this machine's format. So I will show in a different video how to use the software to convert it from your format, such as DST, into a format that this machine understands. After those are on the USB stick and you see it here, you highlight the design and then you hit import, and then your design should be is loaded in here, as you can see. So after your design is loaded into memory, you can go back in here and remember to exit and go back in to refresh it. You should see your design in memory, which is here. So again, you just push the button to switch around between your different patterns, and you can use it. And when you're done with it, then highlight it and use the trash can symbol to erase it. Let's go there. And again, that's pretty much everything. This is pretty simple as far as graphical interfaces go. And again, when you're ready to sew, you would go to editing mode first. You would push this button here. Again, you would make sure that the hoop here is the same hoop the machine thinks that you've chosen. Now push down here. Just a moment. The lights will turn green over here. You can't see that. And from there, you just hit start, set your RPM, and good to go.